Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Almost live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ, and you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. Welcome. Let me start off by saying, as I always do, that I hope my voice finds you in good health, mentally, physically, and spiritually, not necessarily in that order, but all equally important to help us do this thing we call life. And when you leave this podcast, if you didn't get anything from it, well, you probably weren't listening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm LBJ, and you're listening to The Heartfelt Truth. You're there, and I'm here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I know, let's get a few things off the table here, really. I know for a fact there are people that have come up to me and they said, oh my goodness, LBJ, where have you been? Where have you been? And now listen, here's what's going on. And I take full responsibility on the fact that I haven't really put anything out in a while. And the last couple of podcasts, I kept finding myself apologizing to the audience and to the people that are really kind of dedicated and really just give me the opportunity to speak to them for a few minutes. And I've gotten very busy, and to be honest with you, it's been nipping at my neck for the past quite a while. And I said to myself, I haven't really talked to these fine people here and around the world. And I'll be very honest with you. I went to a family gathering. I went to a family barbecue. I actually went to the mall. I was walking around town, and there were real people, real nice people that I know, that I've allowed, who has allowed me into their life. And they said, how's the podcast going? I haven't heard you in a while. And I felt guilty, because we've built a relationship over the past couple of years. But let me tell you what happens. When you're doing something like this and you really just kind of just letting yourself, put yourself out there, you share your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, all of those things. And then the whole start of this thing, I just wanted to be motivational. I just wanted to spread the message. I just wanted to... I'm so excited. I wanted to send a message of just positivity, mentally, physically, spiritually, the whole thing. I don't preach politics. I don't preach religion. That is a personal choice, and I respect that. But the bottom line is, me as an individual, if you met me in person, you would definitely get the sense of that. I just, my higher power, my being, my spirituality is just wants to just send out good into the world. So what I want to do this morning is I just want to touch base on a few things. I know there are people out there right now that are going through some personal challenges. There's people out there who feel isolated, and I'm just saying, please do yourself a favor. If you need help, go talk to somebody. If you need someone, talk to a family member, talk to a friend, talk to someone that you trust. Because there's a lot of things going on, and life is moving at lightning speed. The world is changing. I'm going to say climate change is real. We're having more devastating storms, loss of life. All the things are spiraling, not so much out of control, but they're spiraling really fast, like a tornado. And what's happening is nobody's immune to this. And what I'm trying to get to is that, personal health, mental health is very important. I think that a lot of us, some people, they tend to keep it bottled up inside for fear of judgment, embarrassment, or just not having the tools and the knowledge to get some help. And there is definitely a stigma. As soon as you say mental health, people, red flags go up, the shields come out, and people run for the hills. They say, "Oh, not me, not me." Well, here's what I'm trying to get to. I personally am going through some changes within my own family. It's not the first time I've had family members who really suffered with some personal issues, and it really bothers me because they're family members and you love them and you want to help them, and it's real difficult to go through. So, I mean, if there's anybody out there right now that I think is going through some personal challenges, i.e. mental health, i.e. Substance abuse, or things of that nature, or it's a real serious, get help. Talk to somebody. All right. And as a family member, you also get help. You talk to somebody, because the one thing is that when these things happen, they affect everybody. And I guess I'm going through a personal challenge, not myself particularly. Okay, not myself, and I'm putting myself out there because I trust the people that decide to listen to me. That there have been in the past and presently that there's some family members that are really struggling, trying to find themselves, and trying to stay on the track and keep the rails on the track. And it's painful to watch. It's painful to sit down and see someone struggling, especially when you love them. And it's very difficult. So I sat down and I kind of went back and forth, and I said to myself, do you really want to make a podcast about this today? Something told me, yeah. Something said to me that there are so many people. I will tell you this, that I personally have come in contact with people. I've had conversations quietly, and of course, I would never, ever, ever, ever divulge anyone's name or family member or anything like that. But when people, when they give you their heartfelt feelings and trust, you have to maintain that. You have to keep that. And I do. But not to the point where, obviously, you want to see someone hurt themselves or do anything like that or hurt somebody else. Then there's a line that has to be drawn, and you have to be, strong enough to say, okay, enough's enough. I got to tell somebody. But what I'm saying is my heart goes out to people here and around the world. And if you're struggling mentally, physically, and spiritually, then I think you should seek some help and talk to someone and try to move forward. Because right now, in my personal life, there's a family member that's really struggling. And to sit by and watch them, it kind of hurts a little bit. Just give me a minute. All right, I'm sorry about that. The thing I was getting to, I was getting a little, I needed a moment. But what happens is it really hurts when you care about people that you love and you see them struggling and you want to do everything in your power to help them. So, as much as I get on this microphone and I talk positivity and it's changing of the seasons again with fall upon us and the holiday season, which seems to run into each other, one after the other, after the other, after the other, that things again move in, so fast that you just get kind of caught up. My message is today is get help. My message today is, you hear me say it all the time. I say, if you see someone that needs help, stick your hand out and help them if you can. A friend or family, family or friend. And that's important because I've it's come to my attention that there's quite a few people that have trusted me enough to share some of their personal experiences that they're going through. And it hurts. It's really heartfelt, and you feel for them, and you want to do everything you can to help them. I feel like I'm rambling on, and please forgive me. But what I'm saying is that we all, at some point in time, need help. Every one of us, myself included. I will say this. I was sharing a conversation with my sister, and she even said, she said she has a full life. She has a good job. She goes on some really, really nice vacations. She just had an experience where she just went skydiving, which I was supposed to go with her, and I didn't go. But I will eventually get there. It's on one of my bucket lists. But my point being is, she says, you know what, and how this conversation came up, and she said, it's so weird because sometimes I too, I'm home, I come home from work, and having dinner. She's got a couple of kids, and she said she'll be sitting around, and then she gets, sad, and she'll get depressed, or sometimes just the feelings of being unhappy, and she doesn't know why. Nobody's done anything to her. She has a good job, nice car, for whatever that means. But she says, I totally can relate to the fact that people struggle sometimes. So my point is, so do I. I understand. The funny thing about, for me, doing the podcast and talking to people and just doing my thing over the past 25 years and helping people and so forth and so on, when people see me, and the people that know me, they see me, I'm smiling, I'm always upbeat and positive, and that's true. That is my personality. But the reality too also is the fact that there are those days where sometimes you're not that bubbly. You're not in a bad mood. Things are going on, and you have to be aware of that, and you have to pay attention. That's why I meditate every day. I meditate every day. I pray every day, and that's my personal choice. Like I said before, I don't preach anybody and tell anybody this is what you should do. That's what I do for me and my maintenance. And I think that's what it boils down to, is maintenance. So today's message, I think, is that I would love for people to pay attention to yourself and other people, family members and friends, and, help them get some maintenance if they need it. And if you say it like that, I think people are more receptive. Again, when you say, oh, this person's got a mental issues or mental health, or, for any other non-sensitive adjectives, maintenance. We all need maintenance. So I think that's what it is. So I again, going through a personal thing, a family member, trying to be there for them, going to be there for them, do everything I can for them, everything within my power, and, to get them through this little hiccup in their life. I wish that for everybody. So my heart goes out to anybody here and around the world. If you're going through something, if you're going through some kind of hiccup in life, and it sounds so mild, but it's not. I mean, because people don't realize this, and it's so funny. Nothing really seems that important and that serious unless it's happening to you. And you can sympathize, you can empathize, you can do all those things. But until it hits your backyard, okay, until I just started to say the monster comes into your backyard, then it gets serious. When he's on the other side of the fence, it's serious, but it's not your serious. So just kind of pay attention to those kind of things and help whoever's listening to me right now. Help is out there. Help is out there. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Don't hide in the bushes. Okay? Camouflaging yourself because the fact that you might be embarrassed or you just don't know how to go about it. The first step is the right step. And it is the road to getting help that you need. It could be small help, could be big help. So that's all. I got a little serious there, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, not for the seriousness, but if I rambled on, because I'm so caught up in this moment and emotions about people that you care about and you love, and you just want them to be okay. And what I was about to say before is, people expect me. They always think I'm upbeat and happy, and I have my moments also. And for that guy that's always the great fixer per se, there's times that he needs somebody to fix him. So, All right, that's all I got today, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a while, and I hit you with some heavy stuff, but that's okay. It's food for thought, as my grandmother would say. Food for thought. All right, so please, as I always say, take care of yourself. Take care of your family, because family is important. And if you see someone out there that needs a helping hand, stick yours out and try to help them if you can. I believe this one act really, really, really will make the world a better place. And it's going to be one of those things that help you on your journey to becoming the best person that you were meant to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm LBJ. You're there and I'm here. And you've been listening to the Heartfelt Truth. Thank you. And as I always say, we'll talk again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm LBJ. Listen, if you have any comments or feedback, please reach out for me on my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as I always say, thank you, and we'll talk again.